gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
To Birmingham for some serious breaking news. Police say 4 people were killed and 9 others injured in a shooting last night at a nightclub. According to investigators, the shooting happened around 11 last night on the 3400 block of 27th Street North. This is video of the scene shot earlier this morning. Now, police say when they arrived last night, they found multiple victims with gunshot wounds. First responders found 1 man dead outside of the club. Police then discovered 2 women who were dead inside of the club. Another person died at UAB Hospital, and another 9 people arrived at UAB with gunshot wounds. Now,
Wow. The black community is completely on fire. This is another mass shooting event that happened in Birmingham this time. And, you know, it's a large gathering. They in the club, they partying. Somebody got beef with somebody in the club. The ninja pulls up and sprays the whole block. These super gremlins are on demon time.
police believe 1 person fired shots from the road into the nightclub. That's all the information that we have right now. But of course, we're going to keep you posted just as soon as we learn more throughout the day. Now,
Back here at home, Birmingham police, they're dealing with the most violent 24-hour period in the city's history this century. 17 people shot in what police call targeted attacks.
Just awful. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane is live and local at police headquarters where city, state, and federal law enforcement held a press conference, Lisa, just a short time ago.
Yeah, it was a packed conference room here at police headquarters this afternoon. The room filled with local, state, and federal authorities, all with one goal: to find the person or the persons responsible for a deadly Saturday in Birmingham. 14 people shot, 4 of them killed Saturday night at this event center in North Birmingham.
There are too many families who have been devastated and destroyed because of gun violence in our city. And everyone in this room, to be frank, is just sick and tired of it.
Residents in the area seem to be fed up as well.
We got women dead. We got kids running around with guns, and the mayor and the councilman do not care.
Woo! And you see they got, they have all this diversity in the police. They have diversity in the leadership, and it's leading to more black bodies, minorities, stacking up. I don't know if it's just sheer incompetence, or is it the fact that, I don't know, they just don't care, or I don't see how these black people in leadership positions continue to go to work and do their jobs in the same manner, unwavering, right? And they continue to pass the same policies, push the same BS DEI initiatives, BS criminal justice reform initiatives that are doing significant harm to the black community. I mean, when you have DEI leadership and it's not based off of merit, then you're going to be completely destroyed as a city. This is the same thing that's going on in Atlanta with Andre Dickens. And, I don't think I don't believe that he has no merit, right? I mean, he seems like a smart guy. He graduated from Georgia Tech and whatnot, but it just seems like the community is hell-bent on voting for somebody who looks like them rather than who has their best interests at heart.
Birmingham's police chief called state and federal officials to help with this weekend of violence, from the Secret Service to the FBI and ATF. This incident was a targeted attack at a birthday party being held on 27th Street North. But at this point, they say they don't know which of the 14 victims was the target.
We know 100% there are people who know who's responsible and they know what happened, and we need that information so we can bring justice to these families and restore safety to our community and to our city.
The BPD, the federal partners, and other community partners can move at a very high speed to solve for these cases and bring justice to these families. But it moves faster with community buy-in and community support.
They've been pleading for community support for months and calling these incidents of gun violence unacceptable, yet they continue to occur.
How do you get them to change the behavior of people who can't resolve conflict, who use a firearm to resolve all their issues? That's difficult.
Woo! Now that was a bombshell dropped in. As you can see, the mayor, Randall Woodfin, I mean, he's wearing a t-shirt to a press conference about a mass shooting. I mean, the man has a graphic tee. I could understand if he used a plain white tee, plain black tee, threw the blazer over, tucked in khaki pants or something like that, but bro went with a graphic tee. I know it's a Birmingham t-shirt, it appears, but dude, I mean, we got to come correct, man. We have to come correct because the buck stops with you. It does. And you just have to do better as a leader to stop things like this from happening. You got to crack down hard on these gangs, the social media beef that's going on. You have to have police monitoring these people of interest, because these super criminals are going to destroy what's left of Birmingham, Alabama. And, you know, it just doesn't look good on the community when you have black leadership, you have all this violence going on in the black community, and you juxtapose that with the civil rights movement, the leadership before. I mean, if you're comparing and contrasting, it's going to be a stark difference, unfortunately. And I believe that there are people in the community who can do these jobs effectively, unbiased, and, you know, to the extent where they are going to protect the community. But it just appears that the money behind the candidates who are running is only flowing for puppets, people who will do what they're told, people who don't have the community's best interests at heart, but have their own political goals and interests at heart.
Can't resolve conflict, who use a firearm to resolve all their issues. That's difficult. That's very difficult. And so that's the underlying issue here.
It breaks my heart. I mean, because of the community itself. Birmingham has a great community, right? But if we can get all the people in the community to get along with each other.
Now, when we ask what type of support the FBI, ATF, and Secret Service might be offering the city of Birmingham, the chief replied, "Whatever we need." Live in Birmingham, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
Promise is twofold as investigators are also on the hunt for the person responsible for a mass shooting that left 4 people dead following a birthday party in Birmingham on Saturday night. Good evening, I'm Megan Scarano. In addition to those killed, at least 10 others were shot, taken to the hospital by Birmingham Fire and Rescue and private vehicles. Birmingham police say it happened Saturday night just after 11 at an event center located on 27th Street North. This is just a block from the North Birmingham School and a few blocks away from Carver High School's football stadium. Today, police identified those killed as Lerandus Anderson, Angela Weatherspoon of Centerpoint, and Stevie McGhee and Markeisha of Birmingham also died. Tonight, police are searching for the killer. ABC 3340's Valerie Bell was at the scene of the shooting this morning and has reaction from the community.
Sunday morning, outside this building, was the site of blood, empty beer bottles, and several bullet holes.
It's real shocking, it's hurtful, and my heart is broken. My heart is broken.
A woman who goes by KK drove by to see for herself.
This morning, my heart is full. My heart is full because everybody that passed here, I knew.
With a
woo! And this sister was very involved in the community. very connected to the victims. And it's obviously a tragedy. Another mass shooting, mass casualty event in the black community. This is an everyday occurrence. I've already said it before. I'll say it again. Unfortunately, black men have become the face of mass shootings. And this is something that we need to correct expeditiously because, man, I mean, you're losing great people who care about the community. Maybe they're misguided in some ways, but ultimately they do care. And we need these people to solve this issue. We need these people to solve the crime and the violence in the black community because they're the ones who are going to be able to connect. They're the ones who are going to touch grass and go to these situations and events and potentially be able to be a de-escalator. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that happened.
Heavy heart, she then headed to church.
I'm going in and I'm going to pray for Birmingham as a whole.
Crime scene tape rolled up, but for police, the investigation continues.
They're doing a great job. It's just that they have to round up the people that's responsible for the crimes.
Crimes that happened roughly 2 blocks from the North Precinct.
It's obvious no regard for law enforcement.
They don't care no more. They don't have remorse for life anymore. They don't care. And it's sad.
A man driving by, angry.
It's a shame. We got women dead now.
Placing blame on city leaders.
And the mayor and the councilman do not care.
We saw a man unlock the door and go inside, declining to speak on camera. He said he's a DJ coming to get his equipment, but claimed he wasn't there Saturday night, didn't know who the owner was, or what the name of the nightclub is.
The message would be basically to close this place down. I mean, this can't be tolerated here in Birmingham.
Yeah, and it does look like a bando type club or venue. I mean, they still got window units for the air conditioning system. Just ghetto. I mean, why would you even want to pull up to this joint? But this where the move is. This where the party at. I mean, we got to do better.
Man.
People say the city needs to unite.
That's what we have to do. We have to come together as a community to stop this.
It's sad. Birmingham, we got to come together. We are losing too many people.
In Birmingham, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
We're also learning more about the other shooting in North Birmingham late Saturday night that killed 4 people and injured 10 others.
We know many of you are concerned tonight about that venue where that shooting took place. James Giles is on your side after speaking with you all in the community. James, what are folks saying to you?
Well, Brittany, Steve, the president of the North Birmingham Neighborhood Association says they've been trying to get that venue shut down for the last couple of years. He says he believes that the venue does not have a license to operate, and it's something they don't want to see in their neighborhood.
I just really wish that we would leave gun violence alone. Like, it's not leading us to nothing. Like, our whole city is into gun violence. Like, every day is somebody dying.
You know, and I'm glad that she's saying this, but we have to ask, are these people who are in these interviews, are they condemning it with their cousin? Are they condemning it with their hood brother? Are they condemning it, you know, with the real niggas that they sleeping with? I mean, let's keep it a buck. Keep that same energy, right? And I'm not saying that she's not keeping the same energy, but you always see black women say, oh, well, black men shooting this and shooting that. But then y'all continue to chase around the same ninjas who are bringing terror to the community and having babies with them. And We just have to do a 180 and about face at our current culture and what we deem and perceive to be cool or dope or hard. We've got to change that, because these super gremlins are on demon time.
It's sad.
Just the latest plea from a Birmingham community member, this time on the heels of a shooting at a North Birmingham event center that killed 4 and hurt 10 others.
We've been complaining about that property for over the last 4 or 5 years. But here in the last 2 years, we've really been complaining about it because the neighbors on that end is across the street from our North Birmingham school.
North Birmingham Neighborhood Association President Jimmy Coleman says he wants to see the venue where the shooting happened get shut down. This woman, who goes by Neek, lives behind the event center. She says she sees things differently.
I wouldn't say that because they don't have problems like that. Like, this is literally one of the first incidents since I've been here.
Here you go. Here she go defending them ninjas. She knows who they are. And look, the man on the phone, he told us straight up what it was. He told us straight up what it was, and then there she go defending. I wouldn't say that. That ain't true. Okay, well, all right. Well, problem's still going to continue.
We've really been complaining about it. We've been...
They killed 4 and hurt 10
Listen
others.
up.
We've been complaining about that property for over the last 4 or 5 years. But here in the last 2 years, we've really been complaining about it because the neighbors on that end is across the street from our North Birmingham school.
North Birmingham Neighborhood Association President Jimmy Coleman says he wants to see the venue where the shooting happened get shut down. This woman, who goes by Neek, lives behind the event center. She says she sees things differently.
I wouldn't say that because they don't have problems like that. Like, this is literally one of the first incidents since I've been here.
There you go.
Coleman's most recent.
All right, and that's why the issue is not going to be solved. You hear an elderly black man saying that they've had problems with that property for 4 years. 4 years. And then the sister well, I wouldn't say that. Even though ninjas got shot, I'll still pull up next week what the move is.
Recent complaint Monday, just a few days before the deadly shooting.
They don't have any event center license. They don't have club license. They just come in there and put some on Facebook. And I guess people flock together, you know. They just grab it and come in there and do what they do.
Wow, so they don't even have, they're not even doing things right. They're not, they don't have permits, liquor license, club license. You need all these things to operate. And they were able to continue to do this for years. This is, that shows the complete just dereliction of duty when it comes to the leadership of the city. And this ultimately falls back on Mayor Randall Woodfin. He's been mayor since 2017. And if you have a building that is participating in unpermitted activities, you need to shut that thing down. And it took a mass shooting that killed 4 to bring, you know, real attention and action to this. So, I mean, our black leadership has failed once again, and they failed the community way too many times over.
Police say a birthday party was being held at the venue the night of the shooting. WBRC attempted to track down the owner of the venue. An event business we spoke with, who was associated with the address in 2023, says they no longer operate there and have nothing to do with the incident that happened Saturday night.
I need the city help and the mayor's help so we can kind of close places like that down.
North Birmingham Police Department is really like 2 minutes away. And the fact that the suspects were able to get away, like, it's heartbreaking.
I mean, she's trying to blame the police. She deflected the blame from the business and the people who associate with said business. This is the mindset of the modern black woman, which is trickled down to the modern black man. And this is why young black men don't take accountability for their actions. And then when they actually do get slapped over the head with some charges, or somebody gets killed, God forbid, that's when they start to, oh, well, I need to turn away from this lifestyle, bruh. But by then, in many cases, it's too late.
And during a press conference over the weekend, Birmingham Police Department leaders say they are pouring all of their resources into tracking down the person or persons responsible for that mass shooting over the weekend. So far, there have been no arrests. Reporting live in Birmingham, James Giles, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
A judge has padlocked a North Birmingham venue, an event venue, following a deadly mass shooting that happened last weekend. The city of Birmingham filed a lawsuit against the owners of the venue where 4 people were killed and 10 others were injured in that shooting. And the city claims that they never should have been open because they didn't have a license. The city is asking the court to declare the business a public nuisance. A hearing has been scheduled for July 29th.
Tonight, the community is remembering the 4 people lost in a mass shooting at a Birmingham nightclub. You'll remember the violence took place last weekend. 4 people were shot and killed, 10 more were injured, and today a funeral service was held for 3 of those victims. Your reporter, Brady Talbert, is live tonight. So Brady, how are loved ones holding up?
Well, many people are certainly mourning tonight. A lot of people at that funeral service today were holding back tears. It was intense. It was very upsetting for them. And speakers at today's funeral service say something's got to be done to stop this. Wailing inside of
Here they go, calling on the Lord. Lord Jesus, my baby, all this stuff. I mean, but the community actively participates, promotes, and defends the same exact culture that got us here in this place in the first place. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I understand being sad that your loved one is passed, but we need to take group accountability. And we need to acknowledge this as a group, as a collective, because this type of bloodshed is going to continue, I promise you.
Well, auditorium. People are hugging and crying as they say farewell to 3 people killed in the Birmingham nightclub shooting. Lerandus Anderson was 24, Markeisha Gettings was 42, and Angela Weatherspoon was 56. While at least 10 others were injured, one speaker saying many others are scarred.
I want to say to the family, this is not going to go away overnight. This is going to take a long time for this to heal.
Angela Weatherspoon was remembered for raising a faithful family. Markeisha Gettings was described as generous, not letting hardships from the pandemic stop her from leaving an offering. And Lerandus Anderson is remembered as someone who encouraged others to go to church. This funeral service is yet another reminder of the countless lives affected by gun violence.
We gotta talk to our children. It's not just about you. If you get mad with Joe Blow and you kill Joe Blow, you didn't just hurt Joe Blow.
I don't think ninjas are going around beefing with Joe Blow. They beefing with Jaquavius Blowdare or John Davius. Like, we ain't getting regular names like Joe anymore in the black community. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, do you know one black man named Joe? I'm trying to figure out. I don't know one black man named Joe. I really don't, honestly. I'm trying to think now. I genuinely don't know one black man with the first name Joe. So, I mean, we got to be realistic about these names. We got to be realistic that a 54-year-old woman was killed and she was in the club. What are you doing at 50 plus years old in the club? We got to be realistic, man. We got to ask those hard questions. Because these are pertinent questions that we need answers to. And this type of mass casualty event is not going to stop unless we hold the community's feet to the fire. Because we need strict and immediate mass correction. Because these super gremlins are on demon time.
You hurt Joe Blow's family. Everybody that loves him, then you hurt yourself.
It's a painful experience for the people here, saying goodbye to 3 loved ones and trying to figure out how to live without them.
Let's not spend so much time talking about what happened.
It's for the people here, saying goodbye to 3 loved ones and trying to figure out how to live without them.
Let's not spend so much time talking about what happened as we need to talk about how can we help this family to heal.
Well, there you go. Let's not talk about what happened because, you know, we don't want to get them brothers in trouble. Them some good brothers who killed these people. Let's not talk about it. No, somebody at that funeral knows what happened. Let's be honest. And these pastors, these fake excuses for a pastor, for a minister, for a man of God, you got to be ashamed of yourself. It's ridiculous. Let's not focus on what happened. Well, we need to know what happened, how it happened, who did it, so we can get some accountability in this mug. So these reckless super gremlin ninjas can't keep doing this to other black families. Pisses me off. You see a leader of the church, somebody who's supposed to give direction, and he is misleading his people. He should be ashamed of himself.
Gosh, it's really a tragic time and difficult time for all of those impacted by this gun violence. And by the way, the fourth victim in this case is 39-year-old Stevie McGhee. I'm live in Birmingham. Brady Tolbert, WBRC, Fox 6 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So
it is what it is.